June 19, 1936. In a quiet room at the Regent Hotel in Bombay, the mid-afternoon heat signaled a day like any other. Paramahansa Yogananda sat in deep meditation, mourning the loss of his guru, Sri Yukteswar Giri, who had passed away 3 months earlier. Yogananda was grappling with a lingering sorrow, a sense of incompleteness at not being present during his teacher's final hours. His meditation was interrupted by a sudden, shimmering light that filled the room. As Yogananda watched, his deceased guru manifested in a physical form, claiming to have recomposed his body from the atoms of the ether. Sri Yukteswar stood before him as a living presence, explaining that he had moved beyond the physical earth and resurrected into a subtle dimension of light called Hiranyaloka. This meeting became the pivotal chapter of Autobiography of a Yogi, a book that replaces simplified spirituality with a dense examination of consciousness. It was the only volume Steve Jobs kept on his iPad, a text he returned to yearly to challenge his understanding of reality. For Yukteswar, this wasn't a miraculous anomaly. It was a demonstration of the mechanics governing the transition of the soul after the body fails. Yukteswar described the physical universe we inhabit as a microscopic core. It is a dense, limited sphere nestled within a vastly larger, more vibrant astral universe that standard physics has yet to measure. Hiranyaloka sits at the highest reaches of this energy web. Entry requires more than just the end of a physical life. It is a destination for souls who mastered samadhi on earth, learning to leave the body with full, waking consciousness. In this high-vibration environment, the biological needs of Earth are absent. Inhabitants do not consume food or use vocal cords. They draw vitality directly from cosmic light and communicate through the silent resonance of thought. Without physical mass to slow them down, the laws of time and space are radically altered. Residents can observe events on Earth across vast distances instantaneously and inhabit these light-based forms for centuries. To those in Hiranyaloka, the physical world we prioritize appears as a low-resolution shadow of reality, a heavy, opaque layer that obscures a far more sophisticated existence. The guru explained that we navigate this hierarchy using 3 concentric layers of existence, each operating on its own frequency. The gross body is the outermost shell. This is the physical frame, bound by the rigid geometry of 3-dimensional space and limited by the narrow bandwidth of our 5 senses. Inside that sits the subtle, or astral body. It is composed of 19 energy elements and is the vehicle we use in the dream state, momentarily slipping free from the constraints of physical gravity and injury. The final, deepest layer is the causal body. Here, both matter and light vanish. This realm is built entirely from pure thought, the original creative ideas that serve as the foundation for everything in the layers above it. While these bodies have different rules, the emotional connections formed within them persist. True love acts as a lasting signature, allowing souls to recognize each other across dimensions, regardless of the body they currently inhabit. When we talk about death, we are only describing the shedding of the heaviest outer coat. The true self remains operational, simply adapting to the rules of the deeper layers. If the soul is naturally expansive, what keeps it anchored to the physical world? Yukteswar identified the binding force as desire. Any lingering attachment to earthly identity or physical pleasure acts as a gravitational anchor. These cravings provide the mechanical necessity for the soul to manifest a new body to satisfy them. Liberation occurs when the last of these cravings is dissolved. The individual ego finally lets go, merging back into the infinite consciousness of the universe, like a drop of water returning to the sea. Souls who reach this state, like Yukteswar, have no further requirement to exist in a body. When they reappear in the lower realms, they do so by choice, acting as guides to help others navigate the layers they have already mastered. Sri Yukteswar's message suggests that the physical world is a dense dream we have mistaken for the only reality. Our task is to recognize the layers of the soul and find the clarity needed to wake up.